Alright, y'all boys, we back with another video. So today we are going to be taking down the imaginary realm. I think it's been here for some time, but I just haven't had the chance to get to it. So we're going to be doing the extreme version first, like of the formidable battle, and then we're going to be moving on to the SP battle, and then we'll take care of that as well. So let's go to the extreme. So I've already completed it. So we're just going to go in at it again. It's very simple, very straightforward, not very difficult whatsoever. So first off, you can see that we are going to have our Yaga and Nanami, because those are going to be two free-to-play buffers that you're going to be able to use for this team. Then we have Shoko. Now you're probably wondering, why do we have Shoko? Shoko's going to give us that survivability to last long enough to get to our ult for our Gojo. And obviously Gojo is going to be our main carry. Everybody should have Gojo. Realistically, he's on every single banner. On top of that, if you are a veteran, a person who started in the game literally in the beginning, you were able to use a reroll ticket that they gave you to actually select a SSR ticket, an SSR character that was in the standard pool, like the base standard pool. And obviously, most people did go for Gojo because he was probably the strongest character at the current time. Now, for the last slot, as you can see, we do have Inumaki and another memory. Now, we don't necessarily need Inumaki. Any blue can fulfill this position. We just mainly used Inumaki here just because, I just felt like it, right? Realistically, I just felt like it. I just put him here, and then the memories, whatever, you can use that one that I have as well. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you just want to have a blue character there in the back so that way you can fulfill the condition of having 3 blue characters. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it, and you'll kind of see what we're going to do. It's really not that hard. It's very simple, very straightforward. You can kind of just put this at your own pacing, like with using your own head without even having to think so much either. So I'll kind of just explain what we're going to be doing in the beginning. Alright, so we're here on turn 1, as you can see. Now, keep in mind, we do not have any Curse Energy regen characters on our team, so you're definitely going to have to stall a little bit with your buffing characters. So what you're going to do here is you're just going to use their single target attacks for practically everybody. Now for Gojo, you're going to use Pride straight away, and then you're just going to start buffing. It's starting to get fun. You're just going to keep using that. Because remember, Pride is stackable, so you're able to use it twice. Again, Pride doesn't get active until 4 turns, so we don't need to use any buffs here just yet. We use it in the following turn because that will lay out the 4 turns of buffing, which will land on the actual turn that we get Pride ready to go again. So we're just going to skill 1 here. Skill 1. Skill 1, we could use the heal, but we don't need it, I don't believe. I guess we could use it. We'll just heal Yaga here, just in case. And we'll buff again with our Gojo. Now, one thing to note is you can use the panda memory that's on Shoko early on. I just completely forgot about it, right? So now we can start buffing. So we're going to buff here. We're going to buff here. Then we're going to use the memory on Shoko. And then we're going to use the heal on Yaga. And then I believe this turn he should be attacking Shoko here. If not, we're able to, heal Shoko the next turn. So it's fine. As I said, he did attack Shoko. Figured as much. We'll buff again. We'll buff again. We'll Shoko self-heal. And then we will buff again with our Gojo here. Then we'll buff with Yaga again. We'll buff with Nanami again. We'll self-heal probably Shoko here. And then we'll buff one more time with our Gojo. Now, obviously, as you can see, we did get very unlucky with the fact that he's targeting, Yaga very often and all that. And then obviously I didn't use this memory like straight off in the beginning, which I should have. So we would have had it already by now. We would have been able to ult a turn prior with Shoko to heal everybody. But it doesn't really matter. As you can see, we're doing just fine. So we're going to use the memory here perfect sync. That's going to give 30% damage increase. I think, yeah, 35% damage increase to your entire team while also using his ult. We're going to use it on, of course, Esso because we don't really care about Kechizu. Kechizu is a lot weaker. He has a lot less HP, so Esso is the main target here. Then we're going to use Wasp, and we're going to buff with Nanami. So even though Yaga's in the front, keep in mind, this is a buffing skill from Nanami, so that means it's going to go first. So we're going to use Wasp and then the buff. Now, we could ult here with our Joko, but not necessary. We're just going to attack normally. We don't need the ult. We don't need to do that. And we buffed plenty of times with our Gojo, and we already have the Pride already active still. For 3 turns, we're going to use Pride again, and we're also going to use the ult. This is basically going to finish them off, right? If you're unsure that you're going to kill them, then you can use Shoko ult here. Yep, and then that's it. That's going to be the extreme version.